confessed to me with tears streaming down her face that she never feels attracted to men who are interested in her. They treat me like gold. They can't do enough for me. And yet, it's those same men that make me feel like I want to run 1,000 miles away. The "they're too nice" syndrome is all too common. When you date, you say you want to be treated nicely, but when that person shows up, you can't get away fast enough. Being treated well makes people feel uncomfortable and nervous, and underneath that discomfort is this unconscious tape recorder that's playing, "I'm not worthy of being valued and loved." So you run away from that mind talk and from an attractive potential partner as well. It's sad but true that we could be our own worst enemy in the dating scene. Being unable to handle positive relationships shows that we have holes in our emotional makeup. We need to recognize and begin to remedy these foundational issues so that we could soundly choose our life partner. Growing up, we all have different relationships with our parents, whether we like it or not. It's those primary relationships that sets the stage for all of our future relationships. While many of us have satisfying relationships with our parents, sometimes there's something that's missing. As babies and small children, we try to communicate our needs through crying, and parents are supposed to respond. The trouble is, they're often not attuned to our needs. They don't always understand what each cry symbolizes, or they're too absorbed with their own stressful lives and problems and they can't take the time to figure it out. While most babies' needs are fairly simple, food, a diaper change, a cuddle, not all parents are able to meet those babies' cues, especially for the cuddle. Many parents don't understand our need for that holding space, a term coined by Donald Winnicott, a prominent psychologist from the 1930s. It's that holding space that every child needs that gives them that reassurance that they're not alone. It gives the child the feeling that they're truly understood and seen and loved. And for many parents, that holding space is one of the most difficult things to give a child. And this is because it was so unfamiliar to them, because when they were children, they didn't receive that holding space. In situations where our parents didn't receive sufficient nurturing, we go without. There's a psychological principle that we can't give to others what we haven't received for ourselves. And if we haven't received enough holding, cuddling, warmth, and affection as babies and children, we're not going to be able to either give or receive it from a potential partner. As doctor and psychologist John Bowlby, the father of attachment theory, explains, our earliest attachments lay the foundation for our future relationships with potential soulmates. This is good news for those of us who are securely attached to our parents or caregivers, because receiving love from a potential soulmate feels natural when a steady flow of consistent love is what we're used to. However, most of us have imperfect backgrounds, where love and nurturance was not readily served up when we needed it. Receiving love and affection from a future soulmate feels foreign and awkward. This kind of attachment is referred to by Bowlby as an avoidant attachment. And when left untreated, avoidant attachment means that when you receive love, you want to run away. Being loved feels like too much to bear, creating anxiety and feelings of suffocation as our unconscious mind mantra of "I'm not lovable" is contradicted by this potential love partner. Another way that attachment issues manifest is when a person finds themselves forever chasing that elusive one. The only way to receive love is to frantically run after it, because that's what we had as children. Our parents selectively and unpredictably dished out their love. Love was either overwhelming or it was inadequate. Bowlby defines this as an enmeshed attachment. The model becomes that love isn't given when we needed it, but rather when our parents needed it. And unhealthy attachments like this cause havoc with a person's sense of self-worth and love. The person who chases the gorgeous, cool date, and yet when they actually land up in a relationship with their catch, they dump them because they're no longer interested. What they're actually saying is the only way to get love is for me to chase it. But once that chase is over, I don't trust it, I don't deserve it. And then the chase begins all over again. No wonder dating is such a confused martini scene of irrational contradictions and behaviors. Many people fall into the enmeshed and avoidant attachment categories, which make achieving a successful loving relationship difficult. The good news is that it's never too late to create new attachment models, especially in romantic love. By becoming aware of our early attachment issues with our parents, we can repair them and allow ourselves to give and receive love in a healthy way. Here are 5 tips to avoid self-sabotage. Number 1, go out with the expectation of being treated with respect and dignity. This is non-negotiable. 2, watch out for that mind talk that says, run or they're a loser when you're being treated nicely and there's no rational reason to leave the relationship. 3, watch out for sabotaging behavior. Put-downs, not returning phone calls, criticisms, not turning up for dates, are all negative behaviors that jeopardize your relationship with someone that you may really like and want to end up with. Explore why you're sabotaging a potentially good relationship. Ask yourself some of those hard questions like, why aren't you allowing yourself to be in a healthy, loving relationship? 4, get support. Seek a good therapist who can help you heal those attachment wounds. And if possible, be open with your partner about your love attachment issues. Share with them that being loved makes you feel unsafe and uncomfortable because you're not used to it. And 5, together you can work on rectifying the hurtful perception that you're unlovable and unworthy, that you've believed all these years. Together you can form a new model of attachment and love that is secure, nurturing, and unconditional. Now, if you're the sort of person who has already recognized your attachment wounds and maybe done a lot of work on them and come out on the other side, please feel free to share some of your experiences in the comment box below, because I'm sure that your experiences will be so helpful to the other viewers. If you're somebody who relates to this relationship paradox where you feel that you really want to be loved but you can't allow it in, please feel free to reach out to me or to another therapist who deals with attachment wounds. This is so crucial to being able to forge that loving relationship that you truly